If you could see the stack of books next to me, it is ridiculous. I bought a lot of books in November. Hey guys, it's Laura. Welcome to another video. This is going to be my book haul. I was gonna say November, but it's a book haul. I don't know. Most of these I did buy in November, so there's that. The only book I bought this month so far is A Sky Beyond the Storm. So here's this one. This is the first book. I bought this. This is the fourth and final book in An Ember in the Ashes series, and really I've been talking about this for like so many videos now that I feel so repetitive. I'm not going to talk about it, but I bought that. There are some books that I want to pick up this month, but I guess I'll just show those off in my vlog. For now, I have enough books to talk about in this haul, so we're just gonna dive right into it. So the first, stack almost fell. The first book that I have here is Blanca y Roja by Anna Marie McLemore. So I have been wanting to read a book by this author for quite some time, and you know, honestly, I have read a book by them. I read Wild Beauty back, oh my goodness, in 2017 when it came out, and I didn't enjoy it that much. I didn't enjoy the story that much, but I loved their writing. Their writing is so lyrical and beautiful and poetic, and I knew that I wanted to read more by them because I just have a feeling, for whatever reason, I have a feeling that Anna Marie McLemore is going to be one of my new favorite authors. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I do. So this is Blanca y Roja. This is about two sisters who are cursed, I think, and one of them like might turn into a swan. I don't know, but I'm really excited to get to this one. I'm excited to have a book by them, finally another one, so that I can read it and see what I think. The next two books that I have here are the first and second book in a series, and I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't read these yet because it seems like something that I'm absolutely going to love, and that is A Blade So Black and A Dream So Dark by L.L. McKinney. So this is a Alice in Wonderland retelling with a beautiful black girl main character who is Alice. And why haven't I read these yet? Because I love Alice in Wonderland. I adore it, and I adore Alice in Wonderland retellings. So I should have read these. And I've wanted to pick them up for so long, but I just never did, and I don't know why. But I have them now, and I know that I'm not supposed to, according to my rules, I'm not supposed to buy the second book in a series when I haven't read the first book yet because I don't know if I'll like it, but I did it anyway. Yeah, this is basically the book haul of books that I've been meaning to get to for years in some cases and just never got around to picking up, but now I have. So there you go. The next book I have here is She Would Be King by Wayatu Moore. I forget what this is about. I've had this on my wish list for quite some time, but I know we're following a bunch of different characters, and like I think they have different powers, and somehow they can, I don't know. I could be lying. I could totally be making that up. It says, in the West African village of Lai, red-haired Jabessa is cursed at birth and exiled on suspicion of being a witch. Bitten by a viper and left for dead, she nevertheless survives. On a plantation in Virginia, June Day hides his unusual strength until confrontation with the overseer forces him to flee. And in the Blue Mountains of Jamaica, Norman Argan, the child of a white British colonizer and a maroon slave, can fade from sight at will just as his mother could. So it's following a bunch of different characters who have these different unique powers. I don't know how they connect or how the story comes together, but I'm super excited to read this. I've heard really good things, and yes. Okay, the next book I have here is The Waking Forest, and this is by Alyssa Weiss. Something is stirring in the forest. It's about a witch in a forest. That's really all I needed to know. I love this cover as well. I think it's beautiful and super excited to read this one. The Kingdom by Jess Rothenberg. This was getting a lot of attention when it first came out. It takes place in this futuristic theme park that's like Disney. The kingdom has like brought back extinct animals, and they have these android princesses that they call fantasists, and the fantasists are solely there to make all of your dreams come true. However, in this book, one of the fantasists starts developing feelings that she shouldn't be feeling because she's not human, she's an android. And we're following two different timelines. So one is her as she is now on trial for the murder of one of the guests. And then we're following her before this as she is supposedly falling in love with this person. I've heard really good things about this one, so I'm excited to get to it. I love the cover of it. Once again, these covers are really beautiful. And I think that I'm really gonna like this. I've been really interested in getting to it for a while and just kept putting it off, but finally picked it up. Okay, the next book I have here is from an author that I've been wanting to read for a while. Much like Anna Marie McLemore, I've been interested in almost every single, well, not almost, every single one of their books. And I keep putting them on my want to read on Goodreads and then never picking any of them up. But I picked up this one. This is Upright Women Wanted. This is by Sarah Gailey. I do have another Sarah Gailey book on my shelf. It's called Magic for Liars. I don't know which one I'm gonna get to first, but as this one is a nice short novella, I might get to this one first. It says, the future American Southwest is full of bandits, fascists, and queer Liberian spies on horseback trying to do the right thing. They'll bring the fight to you. And I mean, that little synopsis got me. I think that I'm really going to enjoy this. I've heard really good things. Empress of Forever by Max Gladstone. So this is an adult sci-fi space opera, and it's compared a lot to Guardians of the Galaxy. So when I heard that, I was like, yes, please. But this follows Vivian Lio, who is basically like Steve Jobs level, smart, rich, influential type person. And she is known for radical thinking, quick decision making, and reckless action. On the eve of her greatest achievement, in one terrifying instant, Viv is catapulted from a chilly Boston server farm to a deadly far future. So she is like flung into the future where this powerful empress rules the entire galaxy and is evil and harsh, and like no one has been able to take her down. But now Vivian's here, and things might just change. So this sounds amazing. I'm super excited to read it. I think it's going to be really fun. The next book I have here is by Kat Howard. This is A Cathedral of Myth and Bone. This is a short story collection by Kat Howard. Kat Howard wrote An Unkindness of Magicians, which I feel like is another book I've been talking about a lot recently. I loved that book so much, and so I knew that I had to read more by Kat Howard, and I picked up this book. I saw Penny from Penelope the Paperback Cat read this not too long ago. Maybe it was a while ago, a few months ago maybe, I can't remember, but I saw her reading this and she enjoyed it, and she said that she thinks I would really enjoy this. So ever since then I wanted to pick it up, but just haven't until now. Now I have it, and I will get to it soon, hopefully. Okay, the next book I have here is Starless by Jacqueline Carey. This is quite a thick one. I don't remember what it was or who it was that I saw reading this. I don't know where I got this recommendation from, but I know that I've been wanting to read this book for a while, and I can't remember why. But it's about Kai. Kai is our main character, an honorary boy, born a daughter but raised as a son. So at court, Kai learns to navigate deadly intrigue and his own conflicted identity. But there's something going on. There's a dark god rising, there's a prophecy, and I'm excited to find out more about it once I read it. I don't know when I'll get to it. It is a thick one, like I said, but hopefully soon. Yeah, so that's Starless by Jacqueline Carey. Let me know if you've read this one. I'd be interested to know your thoughts. The next book I have here is by Trisha Levenseller, and this is The Shadows Between Us. So I read Warrior of the Wilds by Trisha Levenseller, and I really enjoyed that book. So I definitely am interested in this author. I do have another book by her on my shelf. Yeah, Daughter of the Pirate King, right? I think that's it. And then this is her newest, I believe, and this is supposed to be like really dark. We're following this girl whose plans is to woo the Shadow King, marry him, and then kill him and take his throne, which just sounds so good to me. So really excited to read this one. So the next book I have here is Dark and Deepest Red, once again by Anna Marie McLemore. Like I said, I'm interested in reading more from them, and this is their newest book that I think came out this year. And I don't know much about this. I know that there's like a dual timeline. I think it says summer of 1518, a strange sickness sweeps through Strasbourg, France. Women dance in the streets without stopping, some until they fall down dead. And then 5 centuries later, we're following a main character who finds these red shoes and the same thing seems to be happening to her. I don't know how it all comes together, but I'm excited to find out. Also, this cover is stunning. Okay, I got 2 books by the same author, and that is April Genevieve Teholke. So I don't think I've read anything by this author except for like a short story in a short story collection, but I have been interested in reading these 2 books. So the first one we have is TheBoneless, Mercies, and then this one is 7 Endless Forests, and I think they're part of the same series. I don't know if they're like more companions than, you know, anything else, but this is the first one. And TheBoneless Mercies follows trained warriors that go around performing mercy killings, which sounds interesting. I've also heard that it's kind of like a retelling of Beowulf. And then we've got 7 Endless Forests, which I'm more interested in, but I think I have to read this one first. It says, in this bold, gender-bent story inspired by King Arthur legends lies a tale of adventure, vengeance, and sisterhood. So this is King Arthur inspired. This is Beowulf inspired. I think they follow different characters, but they take place in the same world. So I picked these up. I've been interested in them for a while. I absolutely adore both of these covers, and I'm really excited to get to these at some point. We have City of Saints and Thieves by Natalie C. Anderson. I read Let's Go Swimming on Doomsday by this author and absolutely fell in love with that story. So I knew that I needed to read more from her. This one follows Tina and her mother, who are refugees fleeing from Congo, and they arrive in Kenya hoping for a better life. They can't believe their luck when Tina's mother finds work as a maid for the Grey Hills, one of the city's most illustrious families, but there's a dark secret lurking behind the family's immense fortune. And when Tina discovers her mother shot dead in Mr. Greyhill's private study, she knows he pulled the trigger, and she'll do whatever it takes to prove it. So it sounds like it's going to have a bit of a mystery to it. It's set in Kenya. After reading Let's Go Swimming on Doomsday, I definitely think that I will love this. So really excited to read this one. Next, I have The Unspoken Name, and this is by A.K. Larkwood. So this is about an orc who is destined to become a sacrifice. But instead of sacrificing herself, this wizard comes along and is like, hey, you know, come with me if you want to live, and you can just serve me and forget about dying. And so she does. But then I guess her past creeps up on her. That's all I know. I know that there is a female-female relationship in here, and it's following an orc, which I've never read a book following an orc. The next book I have here is Network Effect by Martha Wells. I completely forgot about this book. This is the 5th book in the Murderbot Diaries and the first full-length novel in the series, so I'm excited to get to it, but I completely forgot that this was like coming out, and so I forgot to pick it up. It came out this year, I think in like July or something, but I never picked it up. I love Murderbot. Murderbot is this Android security unit, and all they want to do is like watch TV, but they have to like deal with humans, and they hate it. I love them. So I'm really excited to check out the full-length novel and see how that goes. I've heard some pretty good things about it, so I'm super glad that I have it now, and I cannot wait to read it. Okay, so the next book I have here is The Unlikely Escape of Uriah Heap by H.J. Perry. This sounds incredible. This follows a main character who can bring characters from books to life, which is really my dream, you know? And we're following him and his brother. It says that literary characters start causing trouble in their city, making threats about destroying the world. And for once, it isn't Charlie's doing. There's someone else who shares his power. It's up to Charlie and a reluctant Rob to stop them, and hopefully before anyone gets to the end. Oh my goodness, this just sounds like so much fun. It just sounds like it's gonna be everything that I want. I cannot wait to read it. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but hopefully it's soon, because this just sounds incredible. Like, does it not? Can you imagine having that power of being able to bring characters from books to life? Because I would be doing that all the time. The 10th Girl, and this is by Sarah Faring. I was very interested in this when it first came out, and now this author has a new book coming out, or I think it's already out. I forget what it's called, but seeing that book reminded me that I wanted to read her first book. This is a young adult horror, and it's set at this like boarding school for girls on the very southern tip of South America. I heard that this has like a really bold twist that didn't work for everyone, but if you love it, you'll absolutely love it type thing. On the back here, it says, a haunted Argentinian mansion, a family curse, a twist you'll never see coming. Welcome to Vicado School. The next two books I have here are my fairy loot books from October and November. The October book was Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. This is absolutely stunning. These are the stenciled edges. I mean, look how beautiful that is. Underneath, the hardcover looks like this, which the foiling on here, it's just blinding. And then there is art on the reverse of the dust jacket. Kingdom of the Wicked is, I think, about demons, so that's fun. And then this one came in November's box, and it is so beautiful, you guys. This is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This is the Fairy Loot edition. It's stunning. It's stunning. I love the color. I love the sprayed edges. And this also has really pretty art on the reverse of the dust jacket. That's what it looks like. Oh, it's stunning. And I'm really excited about this book in particular. It is a Romeo and Juliet retelling that takes place in 1926 Shanghai. So these last two books that I have, I picked up, these were like the first books I picked up in November. I went to Barnes & Noble looking for a new planner, and they didn't have any planners that I liked. So I ended up leaving with two books. And the first one is Harrow the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. This is the second book to Gideon the Ninth, and Gideon the Ninth I absolutely loved. And so I'm really excited to read this one and see how this goes. It is been pitched as lesbian necromancers in space. It's like a perfect blend of sci-fi and fantasy, and it's about necromancers. I loved it. I really loved Gideon in the first one, but I'm really confused about the ending of Gideon the Ninth. So I think I need to reread that before I read this. And then the very last book that I have to show you today is Edge Dancer by Brandon Sanderson. This is the little novella that goes in between Words of Radiance and Oathbringer, I believe. I'll be picking it up at some point because this follows Lift, and I really love Lift. I know that a lot of people don't like her, but I just love her. She's so funny. But yeah, that is gonna be it for this video today. I don't even think I can hold all of these up. There's no way. There's way too many. So anyway, that's gonna be it from me today. Do let me know in the comments down below if you have any thoughts or opinions on the books that I showed you today. But that is gonna be it from me today. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.